guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be baking cookies. This is the Mrs. Fields chocolate chip cookie recipe. So if that intrigues you at all, then stay tuned for the video and I hope you enjoy. So first we're going to preheat the oven to 350. Next we're going to line 2 large baking sheets with parchment paper to bake. Alright, now that we've preheated our oven and lined 2 baking sheets, we're going to get a medium bowl and start mixing ingredients. Here I have my bowl and we're going to go ahead and whisk the flour, baking soda, and salt. So we're going to need 2 3/4 cups of flour. Alright, now that I have my flour in here, I'm going to go ahead and add in the baking soda and salt as well. So we're going to need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And we'll need 3/4 teaspoon of salt. And now we whisk that all together. And I'm going to set that aside. Using my KitchenAid mixer, we're going to use the bowl in here and mix our ingredients together. So now we're going to cream together the butters and sugars. We'll need 1 cup of butter cut into cubes, and the butter has to be cold, and 1 cup of dark brown sugar, and 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. And I'm just going to cut the butter while it's still cold into cubes to throw it into my mixer, and that will mix with the sugars into kind of like a little sand mixture. It should be quite grainy with the sugars as they haven't dissolved yet. I'm just going to throw my butter into my bowl, and it is all cut up into cubes. So now I'm going to get my dark brown sugar. So I will need 1 cup of dark brown sugar. So now I'm going to get a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. I'm just going to switch to the paddle attachment. And I'm just going to let this stir and mix until well combined. We're going to go ahead and add in our 2 eggs, 1 at a time, beating well after each. We're going to add in 2 teaspoons of vanilla and let that mix until well combined too. Now I'm going to add my dry ingredients in increments. If I close my eyes and think about all of the times when we said, now that I found it, I just can't live without it. And if it's only for the night, then that would be alright, yeah. And when you're laying there beside him, I hope you crack a smile and think. Now I'm going to add in 2 cups of chocolate chips. In cookies, I do prefer the dough over the actual chocolate. It's just my preference. So I'm going to add in 1.5 cups. And if I feel like adding more, then I'll add in more. Now that my cookie dough is done, I'm going to take my rings off and put them onto the parchment paper in a ball shape. Alright, so my hands are washed and I'm just going to be grabbing some, putting it into a circle, and placing it onto the cookie sheet. So these are going to be quite large cookies. I'm not mad about it. I do really like a good cookie. I'm not sure if you guys have ever tried Mrs. Fields cookies, but they are a pretty decently sized cookie. I haven't had one in years just because where I live, we don't really have many Mrs. Fields locations. I'm hoping these turn out okay. It is my first time trying this recipe, but I do love baking, so I have hope. I'm going to take the remaining chocolate chips and add them onto my cookies. Alright, so now that my cookies are on the baking sheet, I'm going to pop them in the oven for 13 to 15 minutes. So I thought, why not do a little taste test with you guys? Delicious. I'd give these cookies an 8.5 out of 10. They're nice and thick and fluffy, but not too dense. I'm glad that you guys got to watch this and follow along with me. If you'd like to see more cooking videos, then please leave a comment down below, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.